So now we'll move on to the flower. And before talking about the flower, we'll be discussing the concept of inflorescence. Okay. And inflorescence means arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis. Arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis is called inflorescence. ओके, अगर फ्लोरल एक्सिस के पास एक ही फ्लावर है तो हम उसको कहते हैं सॉलिटरी। और ये जो हम पढ़ने वाले हैं ये ग्रुप्ड के टाइप्स। ओके, एंड द मेन एक्सिस ऑफ द इन्फ्लोरेसेंस इज कॉल्ड पेडंकल। सो ये क्या है? पेडंकल है। तो अपन ने काफी सारे स्टॉक्स देखे बच्चे लोग। ओके, और आगे भी देखने वाले। जो लीफ का स्टॉक है उसको कहते हैं पेटियोल। जो इन्फ्लोरेसेंस का स्टॉक है उसको कहते हैं पेडंकल। और आगे चल के वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द स्टॉक ऑफ द फ्लावर, एंड द स्टॉक ऑफ द फ्लावर is called as a pedicel. So this is a peduncle. Now the peduncle, if it shows an unlimited growth where the apical bud does not change into the flower, it keeps on growing. So we say that it has an unlimited growth. Okay. As a result of which, the younger flowers are at the apex and the older flowers at the base. Such an arrangement is called acropetal succession. And you'll see that the flowers are lateral. The flowers are lateral. Okay. And and such an inflorescence is called as racemose inflorescence. Whereas in the cymose inflorescence, the peduncle has got a limited growth. क्योंकि the apical bud gets converted into a flower, जिसकी वजह से the older flowers will be at the apex and the younger flowers will be towards the base. Such an arrangement is called as a basipetal arrangement. Can you say that the position of the flower, is it lateral or is it terminal? So it shows the presence of a terminal position. So let us talk about the reproductive organ in detail now. So who is a reproductive organ? It is the flower. How do you define a flower? A flower is a modified shoot which is meant for sexual reproduction. The NCERT textbook says that it's a fascinating organ. Okay. Why it is a fascinating organ? Because it helps in the process of sexual reproduction, and it was once upon a time a shoot apical meristem which got modified into a floral meristem, resulting in the formation of a floral bud, ultimately to form a flower. क्या हुआ मालूम है कि वो जो शूट अपाइकल मेरिस्टेम था ना, शूट समझो, ये शूट अपेक्स है, शूट अपाइकल मेरिस्टेम ऐसा ऊपर लंबा ग्रो होना चाहता था, लेकिन वो नहीं हुआ। वो कंडेंस हो गया। क्या हो गया? वो कंडेंस हो गया। कौन कंडेंस हो गया? शूट अपाइकल मेरिस्टेम। अब वो बनने वाला है फ्लोरल मेरिस्टेम। और ये जो कंडेंस पार्ट है उसका, इट इज कॉल्ड एज दी थैलामस। ओके, so it does not elongate and the axis gets condensed. Now, in the presence of some hormones and other stimuli, नॉर्मल स्टेम क्या बनाता है? लीव्स बनाता है। अब ये जो थैलामस है, यहां से मॉडिफाइड लीव्स आएंगे, जिसमें सबसे बाहर वाले जो लीव्स होते हैं उनको हम कहते हैं सेपल्स। So we have a sepal, 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 and there's a whirl of sepals, which is called calyx. Then you have got another modified leaves called petal, 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 petal. Now the whorl is called as the corolla. And you have got stamen, 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 stamen. And the entire whorl is called androecium. And the whorl of carpels is called gynoecium. So now we have got four insertions on the thalamus of the sepals, of the petals, of the stamens, and of the carpels. So that is why we say that the flower has got four nodes and it has got three internodes, thus proving that the flower is a modified shoot because the presence of nodes and internodes is a characteristic feature of a stem. Then further, so we have sepals, petals. Look at the labelings, dear students. Stamens, pistil, and the carpel. Thalamus, which is also called receptacle, can also be called as a torus. The swollen end of the pedicel, it's a modified stem. And the stalk of the flower is called pedicel. अगर pedicel है तो हम उसको कहते हैं pedicellate. अगर pedicel absent है तो हम उसको कहते हैं sessile. और एक जो typical flower है, it shows the presence of four whorls, जिसमें से calyx and corolla are called accessory whorls, androecium and gynoecium are called as the essential or reproductive whorls. किसी किसी families में, जैसे कि Liliaceae family में, calyx and corolla get fused, resulting in the formation of a perianth, and the individual members of the perianth are called tepals. Okay, now let us talk about a few terminologies. अगर एक फ्लावर के पास सारे व्हर्ल्स है तो उसको हम कहते हैं बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लावर या कंप्लीट फ्लावर. ओके, लेट मी reframe it. If a flower has got all the whorls, then it is called as a complete flower. And a complete flower will have both the essential whorls and roscium as well as gynoecium. So it is a bisexual flower. अगर एक आध भी floral whorl missing है, then that flower will be called as an incomplete flower. Unisexual flower is an example of a incomplete flower. Remember this line. And when it has both the reproductive whorls, it is also called perfect flower. So an incomplete flower can also be perfect. अगर उसके कैलिक्स करोला मिसिंग है लेकिन दोनों रिप्रोडक्टिव वर्ल्स हैं तो वो बाइसेक्सुअल है, परफेक्ट है, लेकिन इनकम्प्लीट है क्योंकि एक आध वर्ल क्या है, मिसिंग है. जैसे हमने देखा था लीफ के पास दो स्मॉल लीफ लाइक स्टिप्यूल्स थे, वैसे एक फ्लावर के पास there are two small leaf-like structures which are called as bracts. And if the flower has the bract, then the flower is called as a bracteate flower. Without the bracts, the flower is called as an ebracteate flower. So the flower can either be bracteate or it can be ebracteate. Some more terminologies. Look at the first type of flower, trimerous, where the floral whorls are in the multiples of three. तो सेपल्स तीन हो सकते हैं, पेटल्स तीन हो सकते हैं, या तीन सेपल्स हैं तो समझो 6 और 9 क्या हो सकते हैं, पेटल्स हो सकते हैं, ऐसा. तो उसको हम कहेंगे ट्राइमरस. इफ इट इन द मल्टीपल ऑफ 4, इट इज कॉल्ड टेट्रामरस. मल्टीपल्स ऑफ 5, इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज पेंटामरस. 1 2 3 4 5, दूसरे भी 5 पार्ट्स है, या फिर 10, ऐसे. ठीक है. For trimerous flowers, the good example is the monocot families. Okay, like Liliaceae and Poaceae family. And for tetramerous flowers, a good example is the Cruciferae family. For pentamerous flowers, we have many dicot families like Solanaceae, Fabaceae, etc.